What is up, team? So in today's video we're going to be diving into Flux right here. Flux currently making a double top, and we're also going to be diving into Kadena. Now yesterday I made a video that's saying that if Bitcoin does break down, Kadena would break down too. And I got a lot of hate comments. People were upset. People saying, how can you say that? Why are you spreading FUD? That's not true. Kadena is different and everything. Guys, I was not trying to spread FUD whatsoever. For those of you guys who don't know what FUD is, it's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And I was not doing that at all. I was just trying to play the charts essentially. And guys, we know the trend is your friend. We know analysis don't lie. I love Kadena. Kadena is one of my biggest bags out there in the cryptocurrency market. It's proof of work. There's like Bitcoin, and Kadena is one of my favorite coins out there, and probably I would say my most safest and best coins for the for the long term. Of course, Bitcoin is bigger, it's older, it's everyone's holding it, so it's obviously going to be safer. But that doesn't mean that Kadena is not safe. Kadena is safe. Kadena is proof of work. Kadena is decentralized, and it's scalable as well. So I love KDA. If you guys know me, my channel is only about KDA, Veracity, and a couple others, and that's about it. So no, yesterday I was not trying to FUD my video on Kadena. I love it, one of my favorite coins, and I just wanted to clarify that out there, guys. So diving into Flux first before we go into KDA. And guys, we know that charts don't lie most of the time, okay? A lot of time I could be wrong, a lot of time I could be right, but that's about it. Nothing more, nothing less. I love KDA, and that's it. Having a look at Flux right here, where can we go? Where are we going? Well, first of all, we do have a nice little double top right here happening, right? This is a double top happening on Flux, and if you guys remember the video, I mentioned that this level would be a strong area right here, and we got rejected exactly at that area. As you guys can see, we have a rejection. Now, we do have a double top right here happening, and we know double tops are bearish. Where is the price target for the double top? Well, my price target for the double top is essentially the top to the net of the bottom of the neckline. Okay, if I bring it this and I bring it back down, it comes all the way back down to 65 cents. Now 65 cents was my original target, to essentially come back down and retest that, essentially, if we want to continue to the upside. This is the neckline right here sitting at 92 cents. If Bitcoin closes below the neckline on the daily time frame, guys, these are important keywords. If we close below this area right here on the daily time frame, we're most likely gonna come back down and retest 65 cents. Why 65 cents? Well, as you guys can see, this box right here has been a major consolidation phase. And I did mention also in my first video of Flux, I did mention that if we were gonna break this level right here, we're most likely gonna come back and retest this 65 cent region. And the reason why that is because of this past history, guys. History is not a lie. We usually come back, retest these levels before essentially continue back up. Now, if we do come back down below 65 cents, I wouldn't be surprised if Flux comes all the way back down to 38 cents. Of course, this would mean that Bitcoin would have to drastically come back down. I'm going to make a Bitcoin technical analysis, a very short one, towards the end of the video. So make sure you stay till the end, because Bitcoin is king, Bitcoin's leader, and whatever Bitcoin does, altcoins, Kadena, and Flux will follow. So this is that on Flux real quick. The good thing is that on the daily time frame, we are well above the exponential moving average, as you guys can see. Ever since we broke right here on July 30th, we had a beautiful breakout, came back, retested, and then popped back up, made a nice little double top, and now, of course, we're gonna have to see what happens in the near future. On the 4-hour time frame, we are still holding the EMA ribbons right here, as you guys can see. We actually came back down a couple hours ago, retested, and then popped back up. But of course, if we do break these exponential moving average right here, we're most likely going to fall below the 55 EMA. If we do fall below the 55 EMA, we're most likely going to fall down to 65 cents. So I don't know if you could short Flux right now, but this would be approximately a 35% dump. So this is it on Flux. Let's have a look at KDA real quick on the daily time frame. Starting off with the daily time frame, let's remove the indicator and zoom in. Now, why KDA? Why am I having a look on the daily time frame if nothing changed? Well, actually, a lot of things changed, and the reason why that is because right here, if you guys remember my video yesterday, I mentioned that if Kadena breaks below and closes the daily below $1.83, we would be bad news bears for us. And that doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna crash to zero. I'm saying bad news bears as for the bulls out there. So I know there's a lot of KDA bulls out there, and there's no problem with that. But what essentially that means is that we could essentially come back down to $4.7, okay? I mentioned that this would be another region of accumulation range, and if I actually take my drawing tool you could see, guys, that this is a thick support region right here. So we hit it once, 2, 3, and then 4 times. Okay, and if I even extend it all the way back, we have it a 5th time. So we know this is a strong area, and the more we hit support, the stronger it breaks, right? So right here we have 4 hits, 5 hits approximately. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course if we hit it one more time, we could break down, or if we hit it a couple more times, because we know, guys, the more we break the resistance, the weaker it gets, right? The support, the same thing happened here. We hit the resistance a bunch of times, got rejected, came back up one more time, got rejected, and then of course the final boss, we came rejected. And we know, guys, every time we have a breakout, we come back, retest, and this is exactly what's happening. And we had a breakout right here, coming back, retesting that level. We could see it on the lower time frame, as you guys can see. Boom, had that nice little retest, double top pattern that we're seeing right here, or double bottom. And now time will tell if we could essentially have that crazy breakdown. And of course, guys, it's all going to depend on Bitcoin in the near future. So let's have a look at Bitcoin now and see what we can do. Well, Bitcoin on the daily time frame, guys, we had a crazy closure. And as you guys know, when Bitcoin falls down and breaks an important support level, we usually come back up, retest before testing and going back down. And of course, guys, we had 5 candles in a row, 5 candles of straight, four straight declining candles. So we're gonna have a nice little retest and a correction, of course. So this is that on Bitcoin. I mean, obviously I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and retest this level. Now the big test would be, is Bitcoin able to essentially climb back above the rising wedge and close above it? Now that's going to be a far stretch, because right now this whole trend line is actually a resistance. Before it was a support, now it's a resistance. So I doubt we're going to break it on the first time. Maybe it might take a few times, but as of right now, guys, if we extend the trend line right here, it's going to take some time, in my opinion, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. If we extend this right here, we could be trending towards the top, but in my opinion, we're going to need to break this trend line in order for us to be bullish again. But that's that. Let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame. Of course, on the 4-hour time frame, we had a pretty crazy descent, but of course, guys, now we're correcting a little bit to the upside, and as you guys know, very possible that we come back as high as this level. If we have a look at the RSI, we were a little bit oversold right here. As you guys can see, we were at 33. Investors thought that this was a good opportunity to essentially buy, so we essentially started rolling to the upside. Now we're sitting at 43. Now the thing is that Bitcoin right here is making a slow move to the upside. Now we know slow move to the upside means the RSI is increasing very rapidly, right? And ultimately what that means is that the RSI can essentially be at 70 overbought region, and then it could still be under $24,000, which investors would say, okay, Bitcoin is a little bit oversold, bulls aren't as strong, RSI is going up, Bitcoin is barely going up. This is a good time to sell, and of course this is a time where we get the nice little hammer. Unless Bitcoin has a nice little bullish move today and we make a nice little increase, and then we could essentially stay and close above on the 4-hour, or preferably the daily time frame on the rising wedge. But we're gonna have to see how that happens and how that ends. As of right now, guys, we are still below, or we're not still below, but we are below the exponential moving average. And of course, it's very possible that we come back and retest this level right here at 23,800. I wouldn't be surprised if we retest this level before getting knocked back down. This could take maybe 12 hours, maybe 16 hours approximately, before having the next leg to the downside, guys. And once again, I'm not trying to FUD. I'm not selling any crypto. I will short, I will long, but my long-term portfolio, my long-term investments, guys, I'm holding. I'm trading, shorting, accumulating Kadena, Flux, Bitcoin, ETH, whatever I can. I try to accumulate these small cryptocurrencies, so that's about it. But guys, this is my video on Bitcoin, Kadena, and Flux. If you guys like this video, of course, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.